In the plasmodium life cycle, about the changes occurs in human, we discussed in the last class. This class, the secondary post, nothing but in mosquito, what kind of changes takes place by the plasmodium, let us see. That is also called plasmodium life cycle in mosquito or sexual life cycle of plasmodium. It is also called sexual life cycle of plasmodium. Where does a sexual life cycle taken place? In human, that is multiple fission. But here micro and merozoites, microzoites and merozoites are sucking by the female Anopheles mosquito. Inside the female Anopheles mosquito gut, both act as male and female and get fertilized and form zygote. That is the reason it is called sporogamy. Let us see in detail. If it is an infected person, nothing but malarial victim, is the malarial victim. Inside the malarial victim, about 10 to 12 days of incubation period, microzoites and micromerozoites and macromerozoites will be released by the bursting of RBC after erythrocytic cycle. Then what is this? Macro. Macro means what? Large in size. Macromerozoid, and this is micromerozoid. Micromerozoid. These two will be enter into the female Anopheles mosquito. In the last assignment, I have raised a question, that is when a female Anopheles mosquito sucks the blood of a malarial victim, what kind of stages of plasmodium can enter into the malarial what is that vector, that is plasmodium into female Anopheles mosquito? Answer is all of the stages. Why? Because when a female Anopheles mosquito to execute the changes inside the female Anopheles gut, I took enlargement of stomach of the mosquito. See, when a female Anopheles mosquito sucks the victim's blood, you just imagine only these two, but it sucks the blood, right? Not the stages. In blood, cryptozoites will be there, trophozoites will be there, and erythrocytic stages will be there. All stages will go. Why? Because mosquito is a sanguivorous which sucks the blood. But all other stages cannot be sustained in the female Anopheles mosquito. I repeat this point. All stages enters female Anopheles mosquito, but except micromerozoites and macromerozoites, all other stages cannot sustain long time in the mosquito. Then what stages? Suppose if it is the female Anopheles gut and here some salivary glands are there. When it sucks, it directly enters the stomach. One is micromerozoid, another one is macromerozoid. So micromerozoid act as a male and macromerozoid act as a female. Then sporogamy begins. So these two fuse and form zygote. Zygote. Here the zygote is look like little cone shape. That is why it is called eukaryote. Eukaryote. Zygote of the malarial parasite in the mosquito is called eukaryote. Why? Because it is anisogamy. Both are morphologically, structurally different. That is called anisogamy. Result zygote. Zygote of the plasmodium is called eukaryote, and this eukaryote will go and attach to the epithelium of the gut. Epithelial tissue is generally present in the gut. It is attached. Then that is called oocyst. Oocyst. Stages you just observe. Microzoites, micromerozoites and macromerozoites are entered while sucking the blood from the victim of malaria. Then many stages enters, but these two stages only can survive due to the presence of suitable enzymes. Then these two undergone division and increase its number, and one micromerozoites and another macromerozoites together fuse and form a zygote. That zygote is not circular or oval shape. it is just like a cone shape. That is why it is called ookinete. This ookinete develops into oocyst and it's attached to the epithelium of the gut. This is epithelium. Epithelium. Then after some time they form so many cysts. So entire the gut surface is appearing lot of cysts. They are also called oocysts. Inside the oocysts, nucleus undergone the division and forms so many sporozoites. So that this cyst is called sporocyst. As the cyst consists of sporozoites, that cyst is called sporocyst. Once this sporocyst rupture, sporozoites will release. Sporozoites will release into the blood. Generally, mosquito is an insect. Arthropods doesn't have a blood. The blood, like a substance considered as hemolymph. In the first year, you have gone through this, right? Hemolymph. It is a white color and without any RBC. Then, in this hemolymph, they exist sometime and later they reach to salivary glands. Salivary glands. So now this female Anopheles mosquito is a vector. It is ready to transmit through the sporozoites to another healthy person. So it is also infecting from human. It is could able to infect the other fresh individual, nothing but human. That is why it is called biological vector. The reason why mosquito in the malaria is called biological vector is some kind of changes also taking place. Mainly this is sexual reproduction. Plasmodium sexual reproduction takes place in mosquito. It is called sporogamy. Whereas asexual reproduction takes place in man, nothing but human, that is called schizogamy. Schizogamy means sexual life cycle or plasmodium life cycle in man. Sporogamy means plasmodium life cycle in mosquito or asexual life cycle. So mosquito transfers malaria from one person to another person. It is just vector. It is not causative organism. People think that mosquito causes malaria. Mosquito spreads malaria. Clear? But what is the cure of this disease? Nothing but when person is under the shivering, that is a symptomatic stage. That time diagnosis under the diagnosis microneurozoites, nothing but Schlafner-Jones, toxic substances of the malaria. It's also called malaria toxins that are hemojoins can be easily absorbed and quinone tablets will be given. These quinone tablets eradicate all the stages of the malaria. So this is what about an important protozoan disease called malaria. Another protozoan disease is there, that is Entamoeba histolytica. Let me tell you something about that. Entamoeba histolytica, which causes amoebiosis. Entamoebiosis is also another name of the diseases. Most common protozoan diseases, and it is generally monogenetic parasite. Monogenetic parasite, whereas malarial parasite is a digenetic. Primary host is man, secondary host is mosquito, but it has only one host. That's why it is called monogenetic parasite, that is human. It is spread through food, contaminated food, water. So that it is contaminated disease. Unhygiene food materials, through it transfers from person to person. So that it is called foodborne disease or waterborne disease. Now, what is the infective stage? Infective stage of this Entamoeba histolytica is trophozoite. Trophozoite. So this trophozoite has a pseudopodium just like this. It is infective stage. Where does this organism lives in our body? Lumen and tissue of intestine. Generally in the introduction part about parasites and host reactions, interactions, I told you endoparasites and ectoparasites. Endoparasites means inside the host they are living. Inside host means three cases: inside the lumen, or inside the tissue, or inside the cell. If it is inside the cell, that is cytozoid. Example, malaria. Inside the RBC, inside the liver, that was. Inside the lumen or inside the tissue, it will be the example. Lumen. During lumen, these are trophozoite have some cyst. If it is the trophozoite, the small intestine lumen, to avoid the host enzyme actions, it was covered by a cyst. This is called cystic stage. And inside the tissue, this is a trophozoite. This is a trophozoite. So why the organism name is Entamoeba histolytica means this organism releases a toxic substances, nothing but enzymes. They are lysins substances they release. They damage the tissue of intestine. So that is why tissue means what? Histo. So the Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba that breaks tissue. That's why it is called Entamoeba histolytica. Infective stage is trophozoite and it is histozoic parasite as well as lumen parasite. Lumen parasite means cenozoic parasite. Cenozoic, as it is living in intestinal lumen, and also it is eating the substances in the tissue or wall of the intestine. It is called histozoic. Both forms belongs to this. And what kind of symptoms we can expect here, as they are damaging wall of the small intestine and large intestine, mucus and blood will be released, so that fecal material comes along with the blood motions, and stomach ache and severe vomiting and fever. All these are the common symptoms of the Entamoeba histolytica. Mainly the people who are not properly cooking food, are not properly washing hands, and are not properly maintaining the hygienity in the kitchen and the dining, this kind of disease will be spread all over the world. So it is pandemic disease. Now another protozoan diseases other than malaria and amoebiasis, giardiasis, trypanosomiasis also widely distributed. So in human health and disease, we completed the first one, that is protozoan disease. Now let us see bacterial diseases. There were so many bacterial diseases are there that are infecting and suffering human, but according to NCERT in the NEET orientation, we have been collected 6 bacterial diseases that infects human. One by one, let us see. Dysentery, that is amoebic dysentery, we have seen this is a bacterial dysentery. Amoebic dysentery caused by Entamoeba histolytica, that is protozoan disease. Common dysentery called bacterial dysentery. Organism which causes this is Shigella. Pathogen is Shigella. Disease is dysentery. Next one is plague disease. It was a very pandemic disease in 1970s, where it is caused by Yersinia pestis organism. Yersinia is genus and pestis is species. Pathogen Yersinia, disease is plague. Next, diphtheria. Diphtheria is caused by Corynebacterium. During diphtheria, severe vomitings and headaches will be symptoms, whereas in the cholera is also called black cholera. During the dehydration takes place, loss of water, motions and vomitings are very frequent. It is caused by Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio, the bacteria is in comma shape, that's why it is called Vibrio. Vibrio is the genus, cholera is the species. Next, typhoid. Typhoid is also called enteric fever. Enteric fever. Through Vidal test, we can diagnose this typhoid, and with 40 to 45 degrees high temperature can be noticed in this fever. That is the symptom. Salmonella is the genus and the typhi is the species. Salmonella typhi, who is responsible to cause typhoid in humans. Sometimes it gives death, fatal also. Next, pneumonia. Bacterial cold. Pneumonia means bacterial cold. Viral cold is different. After a couple of minutes, I will discuss about that. Pneumococcus or pneumococcal bacteria are example. And running nose, sneezing always, and headache is also symptom of the pneumococcal infections. These are the 6 noticeable disorders by the bacteria to the human according to NCERT and NEET orientation. Now let us see some more viral and fungal diseases. We observe some viral diseases in the human. Common cold. Bacterial cold is not common cold. That is a pneumonia, pneumococcal infections. Viral cold is common cold. This is called rhinitis. Rhinitis, inflammation of nose and a running nose, sneezing, coughing is a common symptoms of common cold. Common cold is not bacterial cold, viral cold. And this common cold is caused by rhinovirus. Rhinovirus. Rhino means nose. Nasal tract, respiratory tract, upper respiratory tract majorly infected, and mucus lining will be disturbed. Always mucus will be released out. That's why it's called running nose. Now mumps. Mumps is also called parotiditis. Parotiditis. Salivary glands, mainly parotid glands will be swell over there. In males, this virus in affecting also into the gonadals, so testis also inflamed during this infection in case of males. So mumps virus, that is called paramyxovirus. Next, measles, rubeola caused by rubeola virus. Hepatitis, it is also called HBV, caused by hepatitis virus, hepatitis B virus. And human health and reproductive health time, I mentioned the sexual transmitted diseases HBV, HAV, HCV, HDV and HEV. In that HBV is most fatal because it is having DNA as its genome. Now dengue fever, it is spread by Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. The dengue fevers are also caused by dengue virus. Next, chikungunya, gunya virus. Gunya virus, in that joint pains are symptoms. Joint pains, arthritis like. Next, chicken pox, pox virus, severe fever with some skin scars. Polio virus, caused by polio. And so many other, just like HIV, human immunodeficiency virus causes AIDS, and genital herpes, genital warts, so many. These all are already discussed in the reproductive health. So these are the viral diseases generally found in human. Apart from this, some fungal and parasitic, other than helminth parasites, this is also there. Have a look. If you see some fungal infections in human, number one, candidiasis, athlete's foot, ringworm. Ringworm caused by epidermatophyton. Epidermatophyton, trichoderma, like fungal infections. You see some athlete diseases, helminthal, some roundworm diseases, helminthal parasites. In helminthal parasites, platyhelminthes as well as helminthal diseases are also there. Platyhelmintha diseases, tinea. Tinea is a very important. Another one is filaria. Filaria. Tinea solium causes teniasis. Filaria caused by Wuchereria branchofte. Wuchereria branchofte. And Wuchereria malae is also there. Infective stage of this is microfilaria larva. Microfilaria larva. And this larva is transmitted by female Culex mosquito. Female Culex mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito spreads malaria. Female Culex mosquito spreads filaria. Filaria is also called elephantiasis. Elephantiasis. Reason, it is affecting the lymph nodes. Majorly in the lower limbs, lymph nodes function will be failed, and lymph nodes, the particular region swells and become settled. So it's look like elephant leg. That's why it is called elephantiasis. Elephantiasis is caused by Wuchereria brachyphyta. Its infectious stage is microfilaria larva. This microfilaria larva generally lives daytime in the deeper blood vessels. Nighttime, as absent of light, it is light sensitive. It comes into the superficial blood vessels. As mosquitoes biting generally takes place in the night, this microfilaria larva sucks by female Culex mosquito and spreads to other healthy individual and becomes victim. Now, Ascaris diseases, if you see, first one is Ascaris. Ascaris is also called roundworm, and hookworm is also causing a disease. Hookworm means enterobiasis. Enterobiasis. So, majorly viral and bacterial protozoal diseases has been mentioned detailedly in the NCERT. As so many are there in classroom program, again we will discuss this. So this is the first phase of human health and disease, in which we discuss all kinds of diseases from protozoan, malaria and entamoebiasis, bacterial, viral, fungal and other helminthal diseases, mainly Teniasis, filaria from Platyhelminthes, Ascaris and enterobiasis from Ascaris diseases. Other than this, some ectoparasite diseases are also there, and all these are a pack of human diseases. In next part, I will introduce you immunity and different types of immunity. I hope you understand this concept. Give assignment perfectly. Thank you.